Salute, and welcome to the Real Big Fruit Podcast. I'm your host, Big Fruit, the Michael Jordan of Record, also known as the voice of the streets, but better known as the glue, because I like to keep things together and keep them in their proper perspective. Happy Friday. How you doing out there on this Friday morning? The weekend is here. The weekend is here. Oh, man, I had a long week, man. I had a long week at the gig. You know how I do. Stay chasing the check. You know what I'm saying? I had a long week at the gig. I'm so glad it's Friday. But listen, man, I'm going to send y'all off on the weekend with this nice joint here. Y'all see the topic, right? Y'all see the title. Y'all see the topic and y'all see the title. Tom Cross, a controversial topic in the hood and on the streets. You understand what I'm saying? The controversy is Tom Cross is being accused. He's being accused of taking the life of a female or two in the commencement of a robbery. That's what he's accused of, him and others. And it's a touchy topic because the victim were female. Now, I myself speak from experience where I was tried and convicted of taking the life of a female in the midst of an accidental shooting. So when it comes to me, I totally get it and understand the controversy. But when it comes to me, I can care less what the naysayers say or the non-believers say, because I stood tall in front of 12 jurors in the state of New York, Kings County. I stood tall in front of 12 jurors and a judge, and they determined that I did not murder a female. They determined my shooting was accidental, and they gave me my time. I expressed my remorse. I kept it pushing. You understand what I'm saying? I did every day of my 23 years on my swear. I ain't duck no smoke and I ain't duck no controversy. There was none. Because for 23 years, everybody understood it was an accident. It wasn't until the YouTube fame and the YouTube clout chases that the controversy stirred up with Big Fruit. So I can care less what people say when it comes to controversy of me taking the life of a female. But when it comes to Tom Cross situation, Tom Cross is trying to express to the world that he didn't do it. That's what the man is saying. He's saying he's wrongly convicted. And we're going to get to the bottom of that with his paperwork. We're going to get to the bottom of that with his trial transcripts. And we're going to get to the bottom of that with his own words when he appear on the program. But let me tell y'all a story, right? I had a homie, real good dude, real good dude, like solid. Everybody had love for him. Everybody had the ultimate respect for him. You know what I'm saying? Since we was kids, he was always, you know what I'm saying, like a solid dude since we were kids. You know what I'm saying? And through his trials and tribulations, he's always been a solid dude. You know what I'm saying? Through Sparfed, the DFYs, the C-74 adolescents at war. You know what I'm saying? Up north on the bed in the mountains, Clinton, the Attica concert. He solid dude. You'll never hear nobody say nothing bad about this dude, right? You know, he get to it. You know what I'm saying? Very generous. You know what I'm saying? Make sure dudes is all right when they're around him. If you ever need him, you send him an SOS. He gonna pull up. Make sure you good. Like, this is the type of dude he was, right? And then in the midst of his travels, man, you know what I'm saying? He had a home girl. You know what I'm saying? Not somebody he was loving on or squeezing on, nothing like that. They was like brothers and sisters. They grew up together. You know what I'm saying? She was in the street. She did the Sparfit, the DFY, the Up North Bid, Bedford Hills, and all that. She was one of them. And they was airtight. So in their adult years, she off and running, still doing what she do. My man at the time, he got a couple felonies under his belt. He trying to lay low. He making sure his family good, making sure his kids is good, staying out the way. He dipping, he dabbing. You know what I'm saying? When you play in traffic, it's always a possibility things could go left. But the man was definitely doing what he had to do on the low. To the point where motherfuckers ain't know what he was doing. Ain't nobody know what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? But his goal was, I'm not hustling for jewelry, cars, and clothes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm making sure that house get built. I'm making sure these kids go to college. I'm making sure life insurance is right. I'm making sure health insurance is right. He grown ass man. He on grown man time. He doing what he gotta do. So homegirl, like I said, she's still out in the streets doing what she do. She fumbles the ball and get pinched. Yeah, she got pinched. You know what I'm saying? Drug deal going bad. She tried to do some shit. It went left. She got knocked. So now, she decides she ain't got it in her to do no time. So she lines my man up. She lined my man up in the funniest way. She rolls down on him one day. Yo, what's up? Boom, boom, boom. Yo, ain't nothing, what's good? Boom, boom, boom. That's all. They ear tight. She got a dude with it. Yo, what's up? This my new dude. He good peoples. Boom, 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 boom. This, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? They rocking. All right, cool, no doubt. Now, my man, he ain't one of those jump out the window, be embracing dudes, talking around dudes. Shit, you barely hear him talk unless you really, really know him and get a conversation from him. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't one of those dudes. He definitely not no PDR. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no PDR in my type one. So it took a while for him to embrace the dude or even really start to have conversations with the dude. You know what I'm saying? Took a couple months, you know what I'm saying? Because they wasn't seeing each other too often. And I guess during those months when she wasn't trying to line my man up, she probably was trying to line somebody else up. Who knows? But as a couple months go by, finally, they out hanging out one day, boom, 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 you know what I'm saying? They having a good time. My man and the dude started kicking it. Matter of fact, she said he was her cousin. That's what she said. She said he was a cousin, not a dude she messed with. She said he was a cousin. That's what she said. She said he was her cousin. So boom, as time go by, you know what I'm saying? Cousin in the building, my man in the building, they rocking, boom, 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 boom. They get to talking and shit. One thing lead to another. My man started doing business with cousin. Nothing big, you know what I'm saying? Nothing big. My man he ain't stupid. He ain't jump out the window. He ain't do nothing big with him. But he did enough for a homie to stick around and come back. And when he came back, they booked my man. The dude wasn't her cousin. He was the police. He was the police the whole time, son. He was the police the whole time. So now my man, he jammed up. He got to go sit down. Take him away from his kids. Took him away from his family. And I told you he had a couple F's under his belt. He had a couple felonies. So now he playing with fire. But at the same time, like I said earlier, you know what I'm saying? When you playing traffic, it's always a possibility you're going to get hit. You know what I'm saying? My man understood that. So my man went, you know what I'm saying? He went and sat down. And because of all those F's he had on the back, he had to take what he could take. And my man messed around and took a dime. So he takes a dime. He took a dime. 10 years. After being on the street a nice 5 years, getting to it, ducking traffic. Now he go sit down for 10. That was 2005 to 2015. Yo, while he does the 10, family lose the house. Wife trying the hardest to hold it down. Son go astray. Remember, he's trying to send his son to college, but that money ain't there no more. So now son go astray. He ripping and running in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Basically, his life is in the uproar while he doing this 10. And he doing this 10 like, you know what I'm saying? Like a G. You know what I'm saying? So that 10 behind the wall, that 10 in the yard with niggas ducking smoke or let his knife go off. Like, he did a whole 10. And he's very, very, very angry while he's doing the 10. Now, the chick that we was cool with, the word is out there, she a rat, yada, 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 yada. But she got 2 older brothers that's in the street too. 2 older brothers come to jail or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And them niggas sending word, they gonna do this, they gonna do that to my man, da, da, da. All types of craziness, right? So now my man, not only did this broad tell on my man, ruin his family, now you trying to get niggas to do something to him. So my man is on 10, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? He a BK rapper, so niggas in the borough ain't trying to hear none of that, you know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody just gonna run down on him and do anything, you know what I'm saying? So plus he ain't gonna let a nigga do nothing to him. So that was all talk, if you really ask me. So he never ran into the bros, you know what I'm saying? The niggas really ducking him, if you ask me. Then he does his 10, he comes home. Things done change. Things done change. Things done change. He's home in 2015 and things done change. And let me tell you, he's very angry, he's very upset. And homegirl is out there, she moving and shaking. She in all the strip clubs, Club Love, Starlets, all that shit in 2015. She doing her. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if she was dancing or bartending, what, but she, you know what I'm saying? She moving and shaking. She's somebody. And she got some bread. And the word was she was lining up rappers and all that at that time. You know what I'm saying? That was the DVD era. You know what I'm saying? That was when a lot of people was trying to come up. So the dudes who was trying to come up, they was getting handled in the street, and the word was she was lining dudes up. So my man come home like he on 10. He like, yo, son, he's furious. Like he's not thinking clearly. You know what I'm saying? He want revenge, and he ultimately seeked and got revenge. Long story short, she got herself into a situation where she thought she was lining something up, but it backfired on her. It was all a play to get her in a secluded area where she eventually lost her life. Now, when she lost her life, she was a body found, no witnesses, no leads, none whatsoever. And the streets and the hood stamped that on my man. They stamped that on my man. No evidence, no proof, no nothing. They just stamped that on my man. Now, I told y'all about all the dudes she had. She was getting booked in the clubs and all that, right? They ain't stamped that on none of them. They stamped that on my man. You know what I'm saying? So they did what they had to do. They built the case against my man. You know what I'm saying? The 2 brothers I told you about, the older brothers, they somehow got caught up in the case and made statements and all this crazy shit. Like my man, they built a case on my man. They really did. But never did they mention she was a confidential informant. Never did they mention she locked my man up. They made it seem like the DEA drug dude met my man on his own. They never even mentioned her. So when they say confidential informant, paperwork definitely don't get exposed, because it did get exposed for my man. And he knew exactly what happened to him, and he knew exactly who did it to him. But they built the case on my man, and they put my man lights out. He took it to trial, and they put his lights out. You know what I'm saying? They put his lights out. You know what I'm saying? They buried him under the jail for that one. You know what I'm saying? Like a revenge murder type shit. And the controversy is this in his situation. Yo, he killed the chick. Okay. Y'all heard everything that happened, man. And don't none of that matter because she was a female. Can't do that, bro. Can't do that. Can't do that, man. These chicks be out here playing in traffic. These chicks be out here playing dangerous games, bro. And they've been doing it since the beginning of time. When they asked Eve, did she bite that apple? She said no. You understand what I'm saying? They've been doing it since the beginning of time, bro. And when it comes to these women in the street, they different. Especially if it's in their heart, they built different, bro. And you be on the outside looking in and not understanding that. I come up around some treacherous females. Treacherous, scandalous, vicious. Like, yo, kid, the worst of the worst. I'm telling you. And I bring up this situation because the controversy with Tom Cruise. Oh, yo, he killed the chick. Everybody's just focusing on the female. And then, you know, there was one female who lived. She's not innocent, bro. Because the story has it, when she got booked, because they booked her and kidnapped her type shit. When they snatched her up, this is all alleged, right? When they allegedly snatched her up, they demanded that they wanted to go run down on her man, the nigga she was rocking with, nigga she was sleeping with, nigga she was getting bread from, her dude. And instead of taking her taking them to her dude crib, she allegedly took them to Kevin Child's mother crib. And that's how they end up at Kevin Child's mother crib. Now, all this is alleged until we talk to Tom. But that chick who sidestepped and curved them not going to her man crib and took them somewhere else, she was dead wrong for that, bro. She knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing. Now you be the judge of that. I felt the need to have this conversation with the people, you know what I'm saying? So put it in the comments, put your opinions in the comments. I want to hear it. I want to hear everything you got to say. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, when it comes to me and my situation, I stood in front of a jury of 12 in Kings County in the state of New York. And the judge determined that I did not murder a female. I accidentally caused her life during the struggle of a weapon. So I don't care what nobody say about my controversy. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And Prince made me think like that when Prince said, yo, man, I like the ghetto Quran. He said I was the killer. I should have been offended. But I wasn't offended because they charged me with killing people. I was acquitted and not convicted. So the courts see differently. So I'm not offended. So that's how I got to take it. You know what I'm saying? In my situation, I can't speak for others. I can only speak for thyself. You know what I'm saying? So it's always gonna be some controversy in the hood and on the streets when it comes to topics like this. But let's get to it. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it. Let's talk about it. Listen, man, it's your boy Big Fruit. You know how I do. I come through 6 minutes Dougie. I say what it is and say what it ain't. And right now, it's all about Tom Cross and the controversial topic. So definitely stay tuned, stay tapped in, because this is going to get hot. This is going to get real hot. This is going to get real hot. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot to talk about when it comes to Tom Cross, Kevin Child situation. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get deep. You know what I'm saying? But until then, y'all enjoy y'all weekend and y'all stay safe. Salute. Free Tom Cross.